MGTOW5513 sent me this story right here. I guess you can say in the form of an update about the Santa Fe High School shooter down in Texas. And to be quite honest, the reasoning that just came out about why they believe he did the shooting does not surprise me one bit, because it lines right on up with other reasons why a lot of these young white male shooters do what the hell that they do. So this is another case of the Elliott-Rodger syndrome, or the Elliott-Rodger effect, however I choose to call it. Because it just came out that the mother of one of the girls who was killed said that this young girl, that her daughter named Shauna Fisher, who was 16 years old, rejected his advances. Some tells me he probably liked her more than a friend. She didn't see it that way. He may have asked her to prom. She rejected him, and she probably ended up saying, I'm gonna go with some other guy, or ended up being some other guy's girlfriend. He couldn't take it, and that's why he did what he did. And that's why I always call it the Elliott-Rodger syndrome, because Elliott-Rodger, of course, I don't have to really give you a backstory on him, because by now we already know what he did and what he was capable of and why he did what he did. But like I said, it's a trend, not so much a trend, but an ongoing pattern that we see when it comes to these K. Vanderthal male shooters. I'm just go ahead and read this article that's coming from Reuters. It says, a teenage boy who shot and killed 8 students and 2 teachers in Texas had been spurned by one of his victims after making aggressive advances, her mother told the Los Angeles Times. Sadie Rodriguez, the mother of Shauna Fisher, age 16, told the newspaper that her daughter rejected 4 months of aggressive advances from the shooter, Demetrios Pogortzis, age 17, at the Santa Fe High School. Fisher finally stood up to him and embarrassed him in class. The newspaper quoted her mother as writing a private message to the Time. A week later, he opens fire on everyone he didn't like, she said, Shauna being the first one. Rodriguez could not independently be reached for comment. If true, it would be the second school shooting in recent months driven by such rejection. In March, a 17-year-old Maryland high school student used his father's gun to shoot and kill a female student with whom he had been in a recently ended relationship. As the investigation enters its 3rd day on Sunday, no official motive has been announced for the massacre, the 4th deadliest mass shooting at a U.S. public school in modern history. The Santa Fe School District denied accounts from some classmates that Pogortzis had been bullied, including a football coach. Administration looked into these claims and confirmed that these reports are untrue. Classmates at Santa Fe High School, which has some 1,460 students, described Pogortzis as a quiet loner who played on the school's football team. He wore a black trench coat to school and in Texas heat on Friday and opened fire with a pistol and shotgun. Well, that was a dead giveaway. If y'all know what it's like in Texas and how hot it can get, and I can speak on that from experience, wearing a long ass black trench coat is not only hot as hell, but is very suspicious. Multiple news accounts depicted him as taunting his victims as he fired, focusing mostly on the arts class where Fisher was. He has provided authorities with little information about the shootings, his attorney Nicholas Pohl said, adding, honestly, because of his emotional state, I don't have a lot on that. Texas Governor Jim Abbott, a Republican, told reporters that Pogortzis obtained the firearms from his father, who had likely acquired them legally. Now, remember, the last person who acquired their firearms from their father, the Waffle House shooter, got his after he was supposed to have those guns in lockup as ordered by the courts. Abbott also said Pogortzis wanted to commit suicide, cited in the suspect's journals, but did not have the courage to do so. Pogortzis' family said in a statement they were saddened and dismayed by the shooting and shocked as anyone else by the events. They said they are cooperating with the authorities. All schools in Santa Fe will be closed Monday and Tuesday. Pogortzis, who police said has confessed to the shooting, was being held without bond Sunday at a jail in Galveston. Notice they didn't kill him. This idiot, this goddamn maniac went and shot and killed 10 people, including the one he had put aggressive advances on for 4 damn months. Basically, he was a goddamn stalker in every sense of the word. I just fill in the blank there. He was a stalker for 4 months. She finally got the courage to tell him not, to back up. She didn't see him like that. And I think it was the embarrassment that got him in. And I think when she did that, that's when he probably felt like he was starting to be bullied, because maybe no one knew anything about it, or maybe some people did know about it, but in this age of social media, it pretty much floated around the school like really fast. Even though now, even then back then, you didn't really need social media for that to do, but social media nowadays does help. And he couldn't deal with it, and he decided to go and kill it. And then they said he taunted his victims as he did it. They are going to try their damn hardest to build up a case of mental illness around this guy, even if they haven't done so already. I can smell it in the air. That mental illness card is literally just floating through the goddamn sky right now, and is about to land. Watch, they're going to try to throw the mental illness card on this guy, even though this guy clearly is not even mentally ill. Because if that's the case, then for most part, every white male, because they're the only ones that deal with this shit, as far as I can tell, who will try to use that mental illness card just because they get rejected. They gotta coddle them. This is just gonna end up being a coddling thing, as usual. But this is just a pretty much an update on something that we probably already saw coming. But we needed something more grounded to prove that this was actually the case. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next one.